Everybody in the world just wants to get better. They want to get better at as many things as they can. Relationships, relationships, finances, health, everything. But what holds so many people back from getting better at these things, getting better at everything and anything, is that they don't know how. People don't know how to improve at things. And something I have noticed, it has been a very, very common occurrence, a very, very common theme in my life. The best way to get better at absolutely anything is simply by doing more of it. And it just seems so obvious, but people are always going to look for the shortcuts, the quick fixes, the quick, easy methods to improving at things, when the answer is almost always putting in more reps and learning through experience. And when I look back at some of the videos that I made at the beginning of this YouTube channel journey, it's like I had no idea what in the world I was doing, but I thought I did. And this was only like 5 or 6 months ago. I would make videos that I thought were super interesting, but I would try super hard. I would have at least some sort of rough script that I would use, and I would try and make it as educational and as informational as I possibly could. What I didn't realize was that nothing that I would ever say or do in any of those videos, like the style of video is clearly very different than what I was doing at the beginning. And it's because I truly realized the value of authenticity and just being real. Because at the beginning of this channel, I don't want to keep talking about this, but I just wanted to make the best quality videos that I could. And so it took a lot longer for me to make videos. First of all, I put so much effort into writing scripts and editing and doing all that stuff, but I never was able to account for the big barrier that was standing in between me and you, right? And I wanted to break that down, because I could feel, even when I was watching and filming those old videos that were really scripted and almost just not natural. I could feel it myself, that the videos were not going to resonate as much with people compared to something like this, where I'm just talking and I'm really just trying to keep that connection that's only authenticity and being real can provide. I've had just a lot of experiences practicing and learning so many different things. I think that is probably one of my biggest skills, is just having the ability to learn very quickly, because I played multiple sports. I picked up chess, Rubik's cubes, guitar, boxing, YouTube now, like content creation. Like, I've tried and done so many different things, and I've been able to find a bunch of different similarities in these things that are seemingly unrelated. And the one thing that is always, always, always the common denominator when it comes to improving at any of those things is doing more of it, and trusting that the more you do and the more you can just withstand the test of time, the better you're going to get. Like basketball, for example, you can put up 10 shots with the picture perfect form every single day, but you are going to get embarrassed by the person who has the imperfect form, the bad form, but puts up 1,000 shots every single day, because naturally he's going to create his own way of making the shot. His body's going to adapt, and he's going to find the way that works for him to make those shots. When even if you have that perfect form that just looks very, very pretty, but you don't know how to use it because you haven't put up enough shots, you're not gonna make as many. I'm sure I'm betting on the guy who has the bad form, quote unquote, that puts up 1,000 shots every single day. And this is the thing with lots of different things. Boxing, for example, you can have the perfect form for a jab. You can know how to do this and that, and you can work on the bag as much as you want. You can hit the bag, but until you actually get into the ring and start sparring and start actually seeing how everything fits together in live action, that is how you get better. Because you're going to learn from your mistakes as you go. You're going to get hit, and you're going to, okay, I can't do that. I have to block. I have to do this. I have to do that. You're going to start picking up things, and your mind is just so powerful, because it's like, it's always on. It's always learning. You just have to allow it to learn. That is where you can create an advantage for yourself. Because once you realize that a majority of people are always just going to look for the next shortcut They're always going to look for the easy way to get better at things, the easy way to get rich, the easy way to get jacked, the easy way to do whatever. If you can just understand that there is no easy fix, there is no quick solution to whatever you're trying to do. If it's worth it, at least if you're trying to improve at something that is, it's worth it in the long run, it's valuable to you, then you have to come to terms with the fact that the only way you're going to get better is by putting in a disgusting amount of reps and just trusting that your brain and you yourself are going to fail a lot, learn from those failures, but then build on them. And it's crazy how fast you can improve this way, because it requires you to be patient and understand that like it's going to take time until you really, really get good, like the 10,000 hour rule or whatever. But also like you can just learn and adapt so fast compared to somebody else who maybe, if I, like for YouTube, for example, if I continue to make the videos that I was making earlier, in August 2023 when I started, and I just made one per month, the same exact style, and I didn't ever try and make any changes, or I didn't try and figure out a better way to do it, I wouldn't even be making this video right now, because I would still be trying to write all the different scripts and edit all the videos super hard and all that stuff. But since I have come to terms with the fact that, or at least I have realized that authenticity and just being real is the most important thing you can possibly do when it comes to anything, I have been able to not only produce more videos, but also produce them in a way that feels natural to me, and it allows me to keep improving my communication skills and my YouTube skill as a whole. There's no easy fixes to a lot of things in life. Good things do take time, and that's where I think having the ability to be patiently aggressive is important. And I think overall, when it comes to pursuing and improving, or just going hard at anything, being able to be aggressive and move quickly in the short term and do the things that you need to do every single day that you can, and check all the boxes and just keep moving forward 1% at a time, and moving fast that way. But in the long term, staying patient and understanding that these things are going to compound, and it might not seem like you're making a big difference every single day, but it does add up, and it truly does. It really, really does. Progressive overload, like in the gym, when you are just gradually adding weight to the bar, and it's like you're adding a 2.5 on each side, every week or so, it feels like nothing. But then you look back and in a year, and you've increased your bench press by 50 pounds. Everything in life is that way. Everything in life comes down to, can you be consistent? Can you trust the fact that time and reps and just being, it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. If you can, I don't even know if I want to make this video now, because it's like people are gonna be like, oh, this is such simple information. But you will get better with time, no matter what it is. Put more reps in than everybody else, and you're gonna get better you'll be better than them. You will. It's raining outside right now. I'm kind of just enjoying the peace, and I wanted to talk to you today. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. Feel free to leave any comments, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.